Hello Flosstube! Thanks for coming back. I'm Rolodex Stitches. This is my fourth episode, I believe, and I normally video record on Mondays, but I'm having a bit, so I'm having emergency, I guess it's still considered emergency dental surgery tomorrow. All of my wisdom teeth are completely impacted and need to come out. And Carla, why did you wait until you were in a foreign country to do this, you say? Well, I'm really smart and I am like a top shelf genius is my only answer, basically. No, I just I've put it off for years and years and years, and finally just a lot is catching up with me, and my mouth really hurts. It's hurt since we've got here, pretty much. This whole past couple years has been really interesting. Last fall I had to have a total hysterectomy. That was super fun. I love that I have a piece that I'm going to work on here soon, is the uterus, gone and quickly forgotten, because yes, I'm fine now though, which is good, but it seems to have triggered a bit of menopause, I guess. So I'm getting crazy hot flashes, and apparently, little known fact, your hormones are, closely triggered by everything, and they trigger everything. So apparently when you have a lot of hormones, it's causing my wisdom teeth to come in more and faster, and no bueno. So here I am. Like I said, today's Thursday, September 4th. I never really know what day it is anymore because I'm a stay-at-home mom now again. So I know that today's Thursday, but it could be the 4th or it could be the 5th. And also, I'm in Japan. So I'm ahead of all of our people in the United States watching, and ahead of, like Lolly, hey Lolly, over in Great Britain. So I'm in the future, like wicked future. So I know today it is currently like 4 p.m. on Thursday, September something. So that's why I'm trying to get this done early, because I don't think I'm going to be feeling up to filming on Monday with a whole bunch of grossness in my mouth. And if I try to do that, hopefully someone here in my house will take away my camera, because no. I also hope I don't actually try to send any messages or anything when I'm all messed up on my pain meds. They are going to not completely knock me out, but give me an IV and heavily sedate me, but not complete, like, general anesthesia, whatever in the hell that means. But I know that I'm gonna be taken care of. I feel good. It's just, they're just like, yeah, it really needs to happen, and it needs to happen now since you're in a lot of pain. And I said, please do, please, just hit me with a shovel, anything. I just don't want to really be awake when it goes down. So yeah, so long story long, here I am, Thursday, filming with a rather hectic mess. But let's just jump in after however many minutes this has been going on. Start with haul first. We went up to Aomori, which is a large city near here, a little over an hour away. And I went back to that awesome Handicraft Nandamoya. It's a craft store. They're locally owned, adorable little old couple, love them. I got more Ada and some more DMC. And then I also got this cute little thing of Cosmo waste canvas. I've never used it, but I know the basic general premise of it, so I want to do something. I just don't know what. I'm going to find like a little motif and something and stitch it on a purse or a book bag or something. I don't know. Rowan, my daughter, she always wants cats all over everything and unicorns. And then my son Declan, he always wants Spider-Man all over everything. So I'm sure I'll find something that I can cross stitch up. But I have that. And then also at one of the bigger stores. So here in Japan, Halloween's not a really big thing. They just don't really do it the way that everyone does back in the States. but I did find some little buttons. I'll show you these. Look, I know, like, we in the States, we find this at Joann's and Michael's anytime. This is the very first anything I've seen. So I got some spiders. I got these cute little pumpkins, and look at that, the witches' hats. And then also these sparkly jack-o'-lanterns. So that makes me super happy, and I think those will be perfect for my the Halloween hats, the lakeside that I just finished that I want to turn into a pillow. I think a couple of those will be good, and I also found some finishing fabric. Like, this is this is awesome. Look at that cute little thing. It's showing up pretty true to color. Look at that. Like I said, I swear the Halloween gods were watching out for me, because I'm very surprised that they were in the Japanese store. And then I got that same one as the first, but in orange. So I think I'll make a couple pillows, or a pillow and a wall hanging with the two finishes that I have recently. So that makes me super excited. Like I said, I also got some 16 count Aida, and I'll talk about that when I get more into my whips, because this cloth, it's very good. I'm not bitching about it at all, but I have some questions. So let's jump into that and see what goes on. So that was haul, and then for whips, what I've been working on, new stuff. I've started several new things. I guess really three new projects since we spoke last. I'll start with this one since it's in my hand. This is my start on, it was in the Q-snap, so it's all crazy. This is my start on the Millennium Falcon on Misty fabric. This is Mystic hand-dyed fabric. Look at that sparkle. It's a Galaxy Opalescent Aida, because I'm part of the Aida gang. We need to make this a thing. Java Girl, Christy, she talks about it. I know Bendy's talked about it. I've been tagging all of my stuff with Aida Army, and I think I put Aida Gang on there a little bit, but let's take our Aida back, guys. Let's show our power that there's a lot of us, because there are a lot of us. I love linen and even weave too. I'm not hating on y'all. I'm just saying that I'm an Aida girl, and there's nothing wrong with that. So yeah, that's my start on the Falcon. Lolly from Lollipop Stitches is also doing this one. I think someone else is doing it, but I am changing. I mentioned in my last one, I'm changing these colors for like the planets that are over here and down here, or vice versa. And I want to do like a variegated. And I did. I keep hitting the thing. Sorry. I did get a lot of variegated colors. I got a lot of dyed by Rolanda, and I believe some Fiberlicious that I'll show you here in a minute too. But I need some help figuring out what colors I actually want to do for those planets. So get with your girl when I show you that. Next whip, this is not new, but this is what I'm sure everyone's seeing. This is Steochalong. I'm done with pattern 3. It just dropped. Let me see if I can try to get a good color on this, or maybe it's back here more. I'm a little worried about how close these colors are to this. Em and Matt, they even said from the beginning, they're like, do a light neutral color on your fabric, because, you know. I was like, nah, it's fine. I was wrong. I think that's a little too close, but hopefully there'll be something in the back, like surrounding it, that will make that pop a little bit more. But look, that is so a hand. Everyone, hopefully I'm not spoiling for this for anyone, but the number one guess right now is Golden Girls, and someone superimposed the patterns that have dropped so far over a photo of the Golden Girls, and it's spot on. But I've said it before, and I'll say it again, there's no way in hell that Em and Matt are gonna let us off that easy. That, oh, here's just a piece by piece. You know, oh, exactly, yes, you guys are right, you guessed it that first day, good job. There's no way in shit that's gonna happen, y'all. So, I mean, I'm not saying that it's not gonna be Golden Girl-esque, but there's gonna be some T-Rex heads on this, or like, I don't know, there's gonna be some sort of like something happening coming out of their faces or something, because they're not that they're not gonna let us off that easy. That's all I have to say about that. Which even if it is totally Golden Girls top to finish, I'm still here for it because I am high key Dorothy. High key. I would like to not be, because she's kind of like the not funnest out of all of them. I would love to be a hoe like Blanche. If I could have been a vintage hoe back in the day, I think that would have been excellent, other than the whole, society turning up their nose at me. But I am definitely a Dorothy, and I can totally see me being, is this Sylvia? The mom, Dorothy's mom. That's my future. Hardcore right there, that's my future. So, yeah. Next project that I also just started was, I talked about it last time, but I hadn't started it yet, was the long dog Sal. Zook Stitch started it, and she's making it blow up. Also, Carla with a K, Carla being crafty, both K's. I know they're doing it. Carla with a K definitely enabled me when she showed this pattern. Let me grab. I have just the cover. So it is Long Dog Samples. So Long Dog Samplers. I'll never be able to say it. All I hear is long duck dong every time. But the quote, in case you can't see that, is life is mostly froth and bubble. Two things stand like stone: kindness in another's trouble, and courage in your own. And then it has a place down here for initials and a year. And like I mentioned last time, my beloved grandmother, she passed a little over a year ago. And this, I can't think of a more apt sentiment for her and how she lived her life, because she could have $1 in her bag, and if someone asked for it, she would give you all of it if you needed it, and she would go around and find more if you needed more, but she there was never a truer friend than you could ever imagine than my grandma, and I think this is very much her. So, and she was also a badass. Like, she's rough. She was a rough lady, and you didn't mess with her. She loved really hard, and she played really hard, and it's kind of what I aspire to be. So, without further ado, this is the beginning on this. I so far the only color I've stuck with is 310, and by so far I mean I've done 2 colors. But up here I've switched it out to, let's see if I got it here. Yeah, the border, I'm doing it in DMC 4240. It is a variegated, I believe it's Midsummer Night Dream, or Midsummer Dream, Midsummer Night, something like that. But you can't really see the variegation very well in it, but it's dark blues and purples, and it's very similar to just the blue that this is called for. But I just know me, and while I am okay with these colors, I'm doing it on white, so they're gonna pop a lot more. And I also know that I am team change all the colors. So inevitably something will strike my fancy, and I'll be like, oh, let's change this flower over here to some sort of variegated pink and mauve. Her favorite color, my grandmother's favorite colors, and also her house was always decorated in that like mid-90s kind of, I don't want to say seafoam green because it's not, but like a pale green and mauve. Those were her colors, and that was, whenever I think about my grandma, those are the colors that come into mind. So I'm sure I'm going to work those in here on some. So yeah, I'm trying to do as much of the outlining, all this like heavy black, as much as I can for a while until I get bored of it and want to jump into some color, and that'll be there for that. So yeah, that is my Froth and Bubble. The hashtag we're using for this is Long Dog Sal. I didn't say it that time. I thought it, but I didn't say it. I know Erin from Two Martini Stitchers, she's also doing this one. I think she's doing Game of Swans. I've seen several people start some really cool ones, hoity-toity and things like that, and they look amazing. This is my first LDS, and I don't think it will be my last because I'm a fan so far. That brings me to my third new start and my fourth whip that I've worked on this week. I should have folded this up better, but this is that fabric that I got when I first went to Aomori, and it's 14 count Aida. It's in like a dusky gray. I have my thing right there in the midst just to mess you up. But this is how far I've gotten on Kior et Baticor's Christmas Xmas in pink. So I've got her hat done, got part of her jacket and her skirt right here. I've got, these are all half stitches and I'm filling them in and going back through. I did most of these for homework, and not for Magical Stitches homework. I joined a new group called Enchanted Stitching Challenge. It's very similar to Magical Stitches. I think it's kind of based off the same format, but it's all Disney movies, which is great because Star Wars is also included in that, and that's my wheelhouse. The homework we have, our first homework actually, this week is for Sleeping Beauty. So, the first challenge that we had was to, one of the things we have is to choose what color fairy we would be, because like Flora and Fauna and Merryweather, they're pink, blue, and green, and pink, green, and blue, whatever, and pick a fairy that you want and then stitch in that color. Again, I high key relate to Flora, the bossy, kind of bitchy fairy, the pink one. She gets shit done, so I'm not ragging on her at all because bitches get shit done, but that's definitely a lot of my personality, because I'm like, no, let me help you, and by help you I mean do it my way. So I've done an ass ton of stuff in pink. The cool thing that I like about this challenge that makes it different than the previous challenge that I've been in is that there are tiers that you can work in. So you kind of choose how many stitches you want to shoot for in each challenge, in each homework event. There's 3 different tiers. The first one is a noble, and you can do, and I don't remember the exact numbers, but if you're shooting for noble, you can do 80 stitches in pink. Or you can shoot for knight, and I think it's like 150 stitches in pink. Or you can shoot for royal and get 250 stitches in pink, or whatever it is later on. And each of those tiers gives you and your team Epcot, gives your team the points. So far I have done both of mine in royal, so I've done 250 stitches. When the dark pink for that one, then I'm almost done with this one for the next part of the pink. And then also I did some metallic here. I have not done 250 in that yet, because this is the only guy I'm doing a metallic so far. But I'm going to jump around, and I think I might do her shoes or something in metallic, because she needs more glitter. Or I don't know if the whisper thread might count, because I am going to do some more of this whisper. I don't know if it's not really showing up very much on camera, but it's I like that because it's Rainbow Gallery, and I like what it says that it's for. So where is it at? At first I was like, oh, whisper, you could use that for like animals, but it says beards. Use it for beards. I'm like, is that a high used cross stitch pattern? Beards? Shit, it probably is. But anyways, that is where I am at, and I need to make sure that I finish up those X's and try to get in a few more metallic stitches tonight, because as of 9 a.m. tomorrow, I'm gonna be hit with a shovel and have my mouth cracked open. It's so gross. Could be worse. Everything's good. But yeah, that is where I'm at with those. Oh, that is one thing that I wanted to talk to you guys about, and I wanted to see if I can get in as close as I can on this fabric for this. So, again, Aida Army. I love Aida. I love even weave. Linen's okay, but I love the first two. And I've mostly used pieces of Ada from home dyers, or from I can pick up at like Michael's and Joann's. This Ada is different, and I don't know if it's a higher quality or what, because it's very soft, and that's cool. But let me see if I can get in as close as I can. Oh, it's not gonna work. Come here. I'll have to take a picture. I'll try to take a picture and put it up here. But there are extra lines, you know, like it's a grid. It's a grid system, motherfucker. There are extra lines in each of the boxes. And it's pretty. It's not, it doesn't affect me at all, but I just have to wonder why this is, or if it's just a different type of fabric that I'm noticing it a lot more. Because I mean, when I'm working on the Falcon, when I'm working on Froth and Bubble, I don't see those. So it seems like they're almost flatter in some ways. Of course, I'm trying to do it again. But anyways, hopefully I'll have put a photo up here. And if anyone knows why this is, come at your girl, because I haven't been stitching that long again. I'm only about a year and a half, so I don't know a lot, but I want to know. I'm a nerd, and I like knowing things. So let me know what you think about that, because I also noticed it, because this is 14 count Ada. I also, when I went just this past weekend, I got 16 count Ada, and it's the same thing. So yeah, let me know about that. Also, this past weekend, when we went to Aomori, we went to the craft store and, you know, some of the big malls there. We also went to the aquarium, and I love an aquarium. And my kids do too, of course, but let's be honest, we go because as parents, we want to enjoy ourselves as well. We had a blast. It is so much more hands-on than a lot of the aquariums that I visited in the States. There was 2 really cool dolphin shows, which I'm a little torn on, just because, you know, the whole SeaWorld fiasco, but I can't say yay or nay on that because I don't know the specifications or how rough they are or how much captivity training they have with their dolphins here. But either way, there's really cool shows, and I hope that it's not as bad as SeaWorld, because that would make me sad. But I will put some footage here. First thing, as soon as we walked in, I found this little guy right here, this toad, and immediately I was like, Amy loves toads, because Amy loves toads. And look at him, there's a little Japanese toad for you. How cute is he? There was huge sea turtles as soon as we walked into, and I know we have a bunch of sea turtle lovers, and those, like, I'm trying to think of like how big of a wall that this aquarium was of just the sea turtles. And I'll put that right here. So yeah, that was our adventure this past weekend. Here this weekend is the air show here in Misawa. that the air base puts on, and we had plans to go to that, and hopefully my husband and my kids will still go, but I doubt I will be very into that with my mouth all full of gauze and blood. But it was supposed to be really amazing, and hopefully he'll get some pictures or something of it for me, so maybe I can show you when that happens. What else? I'm sorry this video is kind of scattered. Normally I have all weekend to plan and get my notes ready, but that is what happens with life. I had some amazing shout outs from some people over the past couple weeks that just made me so happy, and thank you so much. Carrie from Carrie and Stitches, she shouted me out. She's hilarious. I love watching her. And then her daughter Lottie, she has a Flosstube now also. For the younger crowd, my daughter has loved watching her. Actually, my son has too. They love that she's a unicorn. They're like, oh my god. I know Lottie has hers, and I love all the things that she does. They're just cute, like 5-minute videos, so go check her out and subscribe because hella cute. So that was Carrie and Stitches and Lottie, and then my girl Daphne, of course, from Mama Metzger. She jumped in with another episode of the Lowry stand mystery. She did clear it up for me because I was invested. She just said it as such like a side note. She went to retreat, came back, and her Lowry stand was gone. And she took this such in stride. She's like, oh, it's fine. I'm like, I'm a mom. I know things disappear, but I'm like, but what happened? and she's so calm and chill about everything anyways, but I was like, girl, you need to let us know. I'm invested in what's going on. She said just a random piece would show up every now and again. I'm like, is it for ransom? Are you just ignoring these notes that someone's like, pay me money or you never see your Lowry stand again? I would pay a lot of money. I'd be like, yes, bitch, give me my shit. But anyways, it's mostly come back. None of the kids owned up to it because they're smart kids. They know that at this point, like, no, let's just let that horse die because nothing good would come out of me owning up to that now. And they're very smart. They're very correct on that one. So yeah, thank you so much, ladies, for that. And thank you so much to everyone who has subscribed and left amazing comments. I really, really appreciate each and every one of you because I'm sure you can hear that. They're gearing up for the air show that's happening on Sunday. So they're practicing all their maneuvers. So sorry if that's very loud. So yeah, those were a couple shout outs. People that I wanted to talk to you about. Number one is Stitch Roadie. Anne, I believe her name is. She is amazing. She has been stitching for a long time. She's actually been a YouTuber for a long time, but she has been more on yarn and other things like that. I think it was like Woolly Mammoth something was her original channel name, but now she's come into the cross stitch world of Flosstube, and she's up in that enviable region of the Pacific Northwest where Audrey and Bendy and Acorns and Threads are, and go give her a watch because she's infectious with how adorable she is. Just the joy that she has from each of her projects. It makes you want to go stitch because you're like, oh my god, I want to love something that much. And thankfully I do. So hopefully you do too. So, and then Stitchy Pros. I'll link all these down below. I think she has 3 or 4 videos out now. She's awesome. She's, and I'm going to say this in the best way because I label myself as a nerd as well, but she is a nerd in the greatest way that you can imagine. She loves books and literature and everything. So I love the projects that she does. Erin from Two Martini Stitcher, hilarious. Makes me giggle a lot. I really enjoy her. Carla Being Crafty, I know I mentioned her earlier, but she's my girl. She has the most amazing hair, and she has some really cool projects. Go give her a watch. And then also, last but not least, 4 really cool girls, ladies, out of Pittsburgh, the Steel City Stitchers. There's 4 of them: Jody, Erin, Erica, and Kirsten. Sorry if I messed it up. But they do a really cool format, because there's 4 of them, and trying to juggle all of those schedules to meet every few weeks, it has to be difficult. So all of them, when they can't get together, they film individually, send it to Kristen, and she snaps it all together and puts it out into the YouTube or into the Flosstube world, and I think that's just genius. So I will try really hard to link all of them below. So yeah. And then one last thing before I get off here is, I know last time I sent out into the world all of my Throne of Glass, A Court of Thorns and Roses, Sarah J. Maas feels. And I think people thought that I was trying to call them out and like, hey, design this pattern. That wasn't my intention at all. I know a lot of us are not designers. I just wanted to kind of drum up the attention and and see how much want really is for a pattern, or a few patterns like this. So I understand that you guys aren't designers. Neither am I. So that's kind of why I'm tossing this out into the universe, is because I want a pattern like this, but I don't have a designing craving or anything. How do I go about getting something like this designed? And by that, I mean, I don't want to come up with the idea. I don't know if that, makes me a bad person or whatnot, but I don't have that capability. I really just want to say, hey, someone who knows this series, someone who appreciates the ins and outs, please make me a cool ass, not quite full coverage pattern of this series. Preferably Throne of Glass, but I know a lot of people love A Court of Thorns and Roses as well. I'm good with either, but I would prefer Throne of Glass. I said it before, I'm going to say it again, I will throw money at this. So, any of your designer friends that you think might be interested in taking on some sort of project like this, send them to me. Send them to my Instagram and have them message me at Rolodex. Because I want to get this in the works. I know it takes a long time, so I'm not gonna rush anyone, but I want to get it started so that there's some sort of things in the plan of this happening, because I would drop everything, not everything. I would definitely make room on my already very full WIP list for a Sarah J. Maas piece. Just saying, y'all. Just saying. More fighter pilots going by in their cool fighter jets, doing their Blue Angels-esque maneuvers. But yeah, so that's all I have for you this week. It'll be another couple weeks before I film again, just because I think that'll be at least how long my mouth needs to heal. So yeah, that's all I got. Making sure I haven't messed up anything. I did want to show some of my my pretties. So I have these cool double-sided floss boxes. All of this variegated yarn in these 2, there's some over there too, but that just arrived to my house recently. Look at it. Look at it. God, they're beautiful. So a Sal I haven't started yet, but I will soon, is that new one that everyone's talking about, the Cunnings, Stuart Cunnings. It's the letters from Hogwarts. Yeah, your girl's all about that shit. So I have some fabric coming to me from Misty. There's a special order of, and it's gonna be a surprise, because the Sal is a surprise, because it's not really a Sal. It's a stitch your own adventure. And hey, I'm all about that. I think I've never done one. I don't think anyone's ever done one. I think it's a brand new concept. If I'm not, tell me below. If I'm not right about that, tell me below, because I think it's pretty amazing and forward thinking. But anyways, part of it is to stitch your wand, and I like some of these colors up here for stitching my wand. Oh, look at that. Yep. But anyways, so what I talked about with the falcon, sorry, technical difficulties, I smashed my finger. Oh, my fingies. Parks and Rec fans hopefully will know that one. But yeah, I want to figure out some variegated color to do for those planets for my falcon piece. So, tell me what you all think. I think it'll be good. But yeah, I think that's actually it. Sorry that I made this last longer than necessary on that one. My finger hurts. My finger has a heartbeat. Name that movie. All right, guys. So I know I asked a lot of you this episode for help with figuring out what that eta is. Help me decide what color to use for those planets for the Millennium Falcon piece. And also just send up some good vibes for me with my oral surgery. It hurts, and I'm really happy that hopefully I won't be in pain much longer, but it's scary. I've gone through so many surgeries, I should be fine, but I'm not on anxiety meds for nothing, y'all. I can turn a molehill into a mountain in a heartbeat. So hopefully I will talk to you soon, and thank you again for being wonderful. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, and I will talk to you later. Thanks, guys. Bye.